Hey guys, Ernie here, and welcome to the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Dyneema, or what was formerly known as Cuben Fiber, is all the rage these days in backpacking because of its ultralight properties, and it's really tough stuff. It's strong, pretty much waterproof, and super lightweight. But it is super pricey. So, is a Dyneema Tarp, for hammock backpacking in particular, worth the money? Stay tuned, we'll talk about it. Thanks for watching, guys. So first of all, what is Dyneema? Well, it's a fabric pretty much exclusively made by a company called DSM out of the Netherlands, as far as I can see. It's the strongest of any known thermoplastic. It's super lightweight, but it is 15 times stronger than steel and floats in water. It's also nice because it's not shiny, it's kind of wrinkly. In fact, as it ages, it wrinkles a lot like waxed canvas. It has many uses, of course, but we're going to concentrate on gear, especially for backpacking. Now, my original tarp for hammock backpacking was by the company Warbonnet Outdoors. They're out of Colorado. They make great products, and I had what was called the Mama Jamba tarp. It's a simple hex tarp with no doors. It's made out of sil nylon. If you put everything together with the stuff sack, I had it inside of a snake skin, which was Dyneema. It also included some Dutchware gear, some Dyneema tie-outs and all that stuff. It was 17 ounces total from the standpoint of weight. It has an 11-foot ridge line and a 112-inch width. Price, $140 and worth every penny, but I wanted something different. I wanted a bigger tarp and I wanted a lighter tarp. So now let's talk about my new hammock backpacking tarp. It is from Hammock Gear, and it's their Dyneema standard tarp with doors. With doors. Of course, it is made of Dyneema. The tarp itself weighs an amazing 7.7 ounces. If you add everything from the old tarp to this one, the snake skins, the Dutchware bling, the tie-outs that are made of Dyneema, we end up with a 10-ounce total package. 10 ounces. But here's the thing, like I just said, this has doors. So it has a lot more coverage than my original tarp, and that's what I really wanted. So let's stop for a second. Let's review here. A similar tarp from Warbonnet, for example, with doors weighs about 22 ounces. So if you add the rest of the stuff, you're looking at about 25 ounces. So an equivalent tarp to this from sil nylon is 25 ounces. This one, like I just said, is 10 ounces. So that's 15 ounces. We're talking about a pound of savings from a similar sil nylon tarp. This is why Dyneema is so popular in ultralight backpacking. Ultralight backpackers work to trim ounces off of their base weight. This fabric allows you to trim pounds. Enough talking about it. Let's put this thing up and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Got a little stuff sack with my tent pegs. And this is the tarp in its snakeskin. On each side, I've got some Dutchware stingers, I think they're called. Show you guys kind of what they look like here. And I'll show y'all how they work here in a second. Once you get it like that, this is how easy it is to get out of the snakeskin. Let me show you guys how simple these little tie-out points from Dutchware works. So all you do is get this other side and you loop this through this little, you can pull, you see how you loop it through, pull to get it tight, try to keep this in focus for you guys, and then you use this little antenna here, you just flip it around, and that isn't going anywhere. That's how easy it is to get this set up. That took me about 5 minutes. Takes longer to undo the Dyneema, zing it and lash it than it does to actually put it up. So here's a look at the tarp itself. It's got 4 tie-out points. Now obviously it's not as high as I normally would make it. I just threw it up on these trees for demonstration purposes. You can see it's got the doors flipped over. I'll show you how those work. I just use some mitten hooks and I modified them by just cutting off the ends here, and some really lightweight bungee material to hold the doors back. You can also see that you've got some tie-up points here. If you want to add tie-up points for stability, you can do that. Let me show you guys how the doors work real quick. So the way I do the doors is pretty simple. With these, I just come across to the other side and I attach that there. This one's going to come across and attach right here. And you've got your doors. You can put them together a little bit and just adjust them a little bit if you want to. But that works pretty well. Real simple to undo. And you come out for the day. So is this tarp worth the money? Well, we haven't actually discussed the money yet. This tarp costs $335. And you compare that to a sill nylon version from Warbonnet, which again is excellent quality at $160. That's pretty steep. Double the price, half the weight. Such is the ultralight game. As far as function, this tarp works exactly like any other tarp would. Even a cheap tarp from Walmart you could hang up in a certain way and keep water off of you. Ultimately, that's what you want. You want to keep water off of you while you sleep in your hammock. So from the standpoint of function alone, it's probably not worth the money. No, you can get by with a much cheaper tarp if you're just worried about function. So it basically comes down to preference and budget. Do you want it? And do you want to pay for it? Is the product worth the money? Yes, it absolutely is. It is high quality, it's well made. I've never had any issues with hammock gear. I've got tarps, I've got underquilts, top quilts, the snake skin, all kinds of stuff made from Dyneema, from hammock gear, and I've never had a product failure in the last 4 to 5 years. Like we talked about earlier, and we've talked in other videos concerning whether something ultralight is worth it. Where do you place your value? If you put your value simply on function, then no, it's not worth it. But if you put your value on weight, if you're trying to cut your weight to allow you to go on more backpacking trips because higher weight is more uncomfortable, we know that more uncomfortable backpacking means less backpacking down the road because you don't want to hurt. The bottom line is, if you're carrying 30 or 40 pounds, go for it. If you can do that, that is awesome. I can't do it. My knees won't allow me to do it. My back won't allow me to do it. If I can get that thing much lighter, like 15 pounds, I am way happier and I'm more likely to go on more trips. So I put personally value on weight. And that's why buying something like this makes a difference. It saved me a pound. And when you're trying to cut back big time on all the different stuff, it's worth it if you're trying to go as lightweight as you can. Now I'm ready for it. Everybody, when you discuss really expensive gear on YouTube, the commenters come out in full force. So come on, bring it at me. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why it's a complete waste. How you can get by with military surplus tarps. You can. I'm not telling you you can't. You're still going to comment that I shouldn't say it's worth the money. Look, it is worth the money. It's really well made and it does exactly what it's supposed to do. Keeps you dry for 7 ounces. 7 ounces for the entire tarp alone. Do me a favor, guys, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up down below. Really helps spread things across YouTube. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscription button. We got all kinds of awesome new videos coming up here on the channel soon. So to make sure you don't miss any of those as well, hit that little notification bell. You'll be the first to know. I love checking out this ultralight gear and it has made a huge difference. I've taken this out 3 times already. The doors have made a huge difference for me. I spent a couple of relatively cold nights in the mountains with my old tarp with no doors. This thing made a huge difference. As always, guys, I appreciate you checking out the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Stay tuned for more videos soon.